I wrote a piece of software that allows me to communicate with random people on various chat services. Unfortunately, I have not perfected it yet, so I have no control over who receives my communications. I think that I might have tapped into a bad place, because somebody keeps messaging me about crossing over, whatever that means, and he's starting to get very pushy. He keeps messaging me, and for some reason, I can't block him. I'm going to include some of our chat logs so you guys can tell me if I have something to worry about. At first, it seemed innocent enough, but I'm concerned that things have taken a dark turn. I'll let you guys decide. Hi, I don't know who is getting this, but if it works, and you are on the receiving end, please respond. Hi, my name is Jim C. How did you get this contact? I wrote an algorithm that chooses the recipient at random. Weird, how would you do that? It's a social experiment. Okay, I'm game. What do you want to know? Well, I don't know really. Ask me anything, I'm bored as it is. Where are you? I'm in a bunker in Northern Virginia, typing at an old terminal. What about you? I'm in Kansas on my laptop at work. Are you working? If that's what you want to call it. That's cryptic. What does that mean? That's all I got. No other responses. I didn't hear from Jim for 2 days, and then the following popped up on my phone. And now, this was a regular SMS message and not from the custom application that I had made on my laptop. Are you available to chat? Who is this? No ID came up. It's Jim. We spoke a couple of days ago. How did you get this number? You contacted me, remember? I let that go for now, figuring that I would investigate it later. How can I help you? That's it exactly. I need your help. How can I help? I'm a long ways from Virginia. It doesn't matter. Virginia won't be a thing much longer. What does that mean? The world is dying. Okay, it kind of sucks and all, but I don't know if I'd go as far to say that it's dying. Are you going to help me or not? I guess I can try. What do you need me to do? Shit, I gotta go. I'll text you when I can. Jim? Jim. This time an entire week passed before I heard from the mysterious Jim again. My investigations on why he was able to reach me on my phone didn't turn up much, except somehow my code had linked my chat software to online connected devices. In any case, the next exchange we had happened on Kick. Sorry about that, things got hectic there. Is everything okay? No, that's why I need your help. I said that I would try. What's happening? You write algorithms. You're a software developer of some kind. That's right, I write code in Visual Basic, Visual C++ and Java. Good enough. I'm going to send you some code. I want you to adapt it to whatever device that you're using, and run the executable. That doesn't sound fishy at all. Look, I'm desperate here. I don't have anything left that's powerful enough to run this code. What does it do? It's going to save my life. What? Look, are you going to help me or not? There's no one closer that can help you. There's no one at all. Go ahead and send me the code. I'll see what I can do. I had no intention of writing any random stranger's code into any of my devices, but I was curious. 2 days later, I got a text file via email. It was code, that much I could tell, but it wasn't quite like anything that I'd ever seen before. It would take a few days to study, I wanted to figure out what it did before I attempted anything. Call me crazy, foolish even, but in truth, I figured that I had just stepped into a cryptic ARG and my interest was piqued. In the meantime, Jim contacted me via Facebook Messenger. Did you get it? Yeah. Did you execute it yet? No, it's going to take some time. The code that it's written in is like C#, but not exact. Can you do it? What's it written in? It doesn't matter, can you do it? Maybe, give me some time. What exactly does it do? There is a pause of several minutes before he answered. It will open a portal between our dimensions, so I can escape this nightmare. Okay, now I know you're just messing with me. Run the code, you'll see. I'm just supposed to blindly trust you. Jim, are you there? I'm not doing something like this just on your say-so. I didn't hear anything from my mysterious new friend for 3 weeks. I thought that maybe he had gotten tired of his little game. While I waited, I played with the code. I used an old laptop that I had installed Ubuntu to that it was completely standalone and off-network. I added some additional RAM and beefed up the CPU, so I was not concerned about its abilities to run the code, assuming I could translate it into something that the operating system would recognize. I knew that I had my work cut out for me. Surprisingly, an addendum to the code at the end of the text document described a hardware build that I couldn't make heads or tails out of. I enlisted an engineer friend of mine to check out the hardware specs. Imagine my surprise when he got back to me and told me that it was the design for a laser of an articulated armature. When I asked him if he thought that he could build it, he said that he had already started. At least that explains some of the code. It was clearly for manipulating a robotic arm. I just wasn't sure that I could convert the code into something that would run through an interface that I was familiar with, as I wasn't familiar with the PPG port. This is what I eventually received on Google Chat. I had to abandon the bunker, so I'm going to have to rebuild the receiver. Jim? Of course. What receiver? What are you talking about? I can't power the portal, but I can build the receiver. Where are you? Why did you have to abandon the bunker? Antarctica. There are 6 of them now, 1 for each continent. Antarctica is the only bastion left. 6 what? I don't even know. Monsters, gods. Nothing terrestrial. That's for sure. Aliens, Jim? Really? Not exactly. Any progress on the code? Yeah, it's doable. What's the deal with the laser? The portal must have a physical component. I should have a test ready in a couple of weeks. ASAP. I'll contact you when the receiver is ready. I went to work on the code in earnest. I redirected the output to my large graphics monitor. There was an audible component as well. Fortunately, I had surround sound speakers that I could connect to the laptop. Once I had figured out the pattern, the code was easy to write. I still didn't know for sure what it did, but I did know that it would result in spoken words in a drawn pattern. When I had thoroughly debugged my work and compiled the code into an executable file, I was extremely hesitant to let it run. I know that I was probably being foolish, but I couldn't help but be concerned. Had I taken all of the necessary precautions? As a final step, I bought a gas-powered generator to power all of the components. I wanted to take no chances in back-searching into the grid in any way. Holding my breath, I typed the following into the terminal. chmod plus x portal.run, and then sudo ./portal.run. At first, nothing happened, and then a low-pitched whine began to emanate from the speakers. An image began drawing on the graphics monitor, filling the entire screen. The image resolved itself into a circle. Within the circle, a 5-pointed star, the center point down, was drawn. A pentagon? Jesus, what is this? The whine from the speakers morphed into chanting, but it wasn't any language that I'd ever heard before, and it sent shivers down my spine. It got louder and louder, as static began to form in the area of the monitor dictated by the center pentagon of the design. As the static cleared and the chant took on a rhythmic tone, an image appeared. I still don't know what it is that I saw. Some kind of horrific, Lovecraftian monstrosity. I realized that there was no way to terminate the program manually. What a fool that I'd been. Just breathe. It's just a picture. But I couldn't. The thing looked like it was trying to climb out of my monitor. I typed X kill and I clicked on the picture. No help. I typed PS-A to get a list to process, my fingers hammering rapidly on the keyboard. I scanned rapidly through the results, finding the following line. 6666 question mark. 543 portal bin. Quickly I typed kill all 6666. No help. Kill all portal bin. No help. Kill all -9 portal bin. Still nothing was working. I tried to power off both the monitor and the laptop, but they just wouldn't shut down. Finally, I killed the generator and I pulled the plug. That did it. The image went black and the chanting had stopped. I could breathe now, but I sat back, visibly shaken. What the fuck did I just see? I locked the laptop in the file cabinet and I poured myself a stiff drink. 5 minutes later, I received the following DM on my Twitter feed. You tested it. It wasn't a question. I did. What the actual hell, dude? The receiver is ready. What was that thing? Now you understand why my world is dying. I understand shit. That shit's messed up. You said that you would help. No way, man, I'm out. No. What do you mean, no? You have to help me. It's coming. I exited Twitter and I began immediately blocking Jim C. from every single chat client I could think of. No doubt about it, I was spooked. I still am. The next day, my engineer friend brought over the hardware component that he had built. He wanted to hook it up and see what it did. I yanked it from his hands, barely looking at it as I locked it in the file cabinet with the laptop. My friend wasn't happy, but he didn't fight me on it when I told him what had happened. This morning, I got a single line of text on my phone. You made a mistake. It knows. It's coming.